Extreme kick is extreme, people!
Welcome to Horse Racing Gamer, where champions are made.
YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Gallop Racer 2023, aka Gallop Racer 2004. Thank you guys for all the love and support on the series. And, what was I going to say? One, apologize for the lack of uploads lately. Two, gosh, we have so many horses. I know I've said this the last couple of episodes, but like, I was already, before this episode, I wrote down the races we have, the way I can just kind of go through it. And I'm just like, the fact that it takes me so long to scroll through this list just to write down what horses we're going to be racing with, it's too much, you know? It's too much. So, yeah, got to cut this down by half, unfortunately. So, it's too much. Like, I can continue to play like this, sure, but it takes forever to progress. That's not fun. That can't be fun. I mean, not for me at least. Maybe some of you don't mind, and that's fine. But just for me, like I want to progress faster. You know, it takes too long to get through a year. So, as always, we'll check on the little ones. I try to do that every episode if I remember. And we're looking. Wow, all the 2-year-olds that will be hitting the track this year are 4 stars equivalent. Okay, so looking at this 2-year-old filly here, going for, actually, if you guys are listening right now, in the comment section of this YouTube video or in our Discord, and if you haven't joined our Discord, the link is in the description box below. Once we go through all of these foals, let me know which one you are the most excited for and why. I'd like to get your feedback on our horses and why you think some are good, why you think maybe some may not be great long term, and it does help me make the decisions that ultimately I make when I play the game. I take everybody's thoughts into consideration because, as I've said before, I realize we actually have a pretty similar mindset when it comes to playing this game than I realized. It's just some of us obviously go about it in different ways. So we like, you know, racing with different type of horses, kind of maybe doing different challenges for ourselves. So that's all fine and dandy. Let's kick off here with this 2-year-old filly going for gold by Golden Boy out of Real Happy. If you look at the pedigree here, true 4th generation filly here. Awesome pedigree. Western Tiger, Aunt B, Honest Pegasus, Honest Gold. I like this Arctic Crop, Vivid Legend. Going for gold, I hope she lives up to her name. We seem to have this theme on this channel where sometimes our horses will live up to their name and other times they fall so, you know, low beneath it. It's embarrassing. You really don't want to talk about it. Hopefully she really does go for gold, and she could be the third foal from Golden Boy that would actually be a true tier 1 elite type of horse. Remember, a lot of horses from Golden Boy have not turned out to be successful. She would be one of the very few if she turns out to be a monster on track. She has a good power rating. Obviously the 4-star future. Like, I think all these horses are going to be good as I go through the next 5. I don't know who's going to be the star. So I guess that's what we're figuring out. But there's Going for Gold. Heart of Stone by Gentle House out of Chasing Hearts. 5-star power rating. Gotta love that. Really excited for her. Again, decent pedigree to start off with. Really, really good power and heart rating in this pedigree that I know for sure with all of these horses. So Heart of Stone, she should as well live up to her name. And the broodmare Chasing Hearts has not failed us really with anybody. So she's been successful. Gentle House, the sire, has been, I would say as of now, the most successful stud we probably have as far as our current horses on track. Overall, I'm not sure. Like, from the studs that you guys recall that have sired our horses in this playthrough, which ones would you actually put at the top? I'm kind of curious. I never really asked anybody that, but I'm just curious what your actual list would be. We've used Formal Opera, Diamond Plan, Gentle House, obviously a couple others I'm probably just blanking. Oh yeah, Western Tiger, Arctic Crop. Like, out of all those horses from, you know, whichever ones you can remember, who do you think was actually our best? I'm just curious. Comment section below, or Discord again. Yeah, Heart of Stone should be fine. Like, I've had no problem with horses from either of the parents. So, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful Heart of Stone. Next, Big Friday by Gentle House out of Butterfly Effect. Looking pretty stacked, very calm, powerful guy. And this pedigree is nothing but power and strength. So that's why I gave him... Actually, his name by default was Big Friday. I didn't even give that to him. The game actually came up with that. And I'm like, I think that's perfect for a horse coming out of Butterfly Effect by Gentle House. So again, really excited for him as I am with everybody. And yeah, I expect great things. I wonder if he'll be a front runner. Because if so, he could be the Butterfly Effect front runner I've been looking for that I still haven't got yet. Like, we haven't received a true Butterfly Effect equivalent from her foal, from her offspring. He might be that guy because he's coming from her and Gentle House, who hasn't failed. Oh man, Big Friday could really be a big deal. He'll be hitting the track in a couple months here. You Made Me Promises. I can't fit the whole thing for the name of the song. It cuts off at the E. Or, well, technically at the S, and then it obviously drops off the E. You Made Me Promises is the name of this horse, but it's going to read You Made Me Promise, which it's all the same. You guys get it, okay? By Gentle House out of Free Fear. Looks decent. Don't really know what to expect. Should be strong, or it could turn out to be a horse that maybe gets up to A rating, but kind of underachieves, you know what I mean? Like some of the fillies we've lost in the last couple of years, she could be like that type of horse, especially from Free Fear. Free Fear has kind of been a mixed bag. We've had some good horses from her and some not so good. So don't really know what to expect, but from You Made Me Promises, I just hope that she promises not to be as bad as the other horses. How about that? I think that will be the tagline for her. But nonetheless, Gentle House is her father. He has not failed, so she does have a chance. And she has to make me promise that. Or I have to make... You get the point. Fairy Singer and Galaxy Star created this horse here. Falling Stars. No idea what to expect from this horse at all. See the pedigree from Galaxy Star side. Pretty good. Vivid Legend, Chasing Hearts, Arctic Crop Swab Buster. Fairy Singer hasn't been great so far. I've only used him a couple times, but none of his horses have hit it, out of the park or, on the nail, whatever the catchphrase is you want to use. So Falling Stars here. This colt could be fun, could be quirky. Like maybe he has stats and abilities that are kind of incompatible. I've talked about that in the last couple of episodes where you'll have abilities and stats that just don't quite mesh well together on a particular horse you may be wanting to work with or run with in this game, and it just doesn't make for the greatest experience. So, no idea with this guy. Good pedigree, but again, are we going to get Galaxy Star's pedigree to really pull through, which I hope, or is it going to be like a little bit of Galaxy Star and then more of just Fairy Singer randomness? I don't know. We'll have to see. And last but not least, Phoenix Rising, 2-year-old filly by Gentle House out of Black Ruby, 5-star power rating. She should be strong. Black Ruby's actually been pretty decent if I've used her with the right sire. So, again, Gentle House has been the greatest sire in the last couple of years as far as all the horses we have on track or have recently retired or are about to be on track. So, yeah, Phoenix Rising, she should be a blast. And, yeah, I'm pretty confident with her. So, I would say the only horses I'm a little unsure of is Falling Stars. And again, Galaxy Star's family is amazing. Galaxy Star is by far like our top 3, top 5 best filly that we've had in this game ever. So, I'm not, like, it's not her side of the family I'm worried about, but I'm worried about the RNG in the game not taking her family's strength and pedigree into heavier consideration. You know what I mean? Like, you'll have horses that come out not as strong as you expected because the game just kind of decided to not give them that extra, buff or that extra kind of bonus, so to speak. So as long as the game does what it should do and the pedigree of Galaxy Star and her strength and her achievements, that actually weighs heavy, this should be a very strong colt that we should be able to have fun with. Like I said, that's the key word. Fun with means we can win a lot of races and we can still chase a couple of titles and see obviously where he ends up. That is what I hope, and that's what I'm expecting this guy to be. More or less kind of like his mother. And I'm just hoping that, I think Fairy Singer has bears, even though it doesn't pop up here. I swear he has bears because a couple of horses I think that we're racing with have that ability with Fairy Singer. Yeah, Rapid Blade, for example, she has bears. Because Butterfly Effect didn't have bears. Rapid Blade did. I forgot who she inherited that from. So, yeah, like I said, I'm just hoping this guy comes out more like his mother than anything. If he does, we'll be fine, and it'll be a great time. And he'll be a multiple Grade 1 winner. I'm confident in that. So, yeah. Him, I'm a little unsure of, again, more so of the RNG, not his actual family strength on his mother's side. You Maybe Promises, a little worried about her because of Free Fear. Nope. So yeah, only worried about Falling Stars and You Maybe Promises. So we'll have to wait and see. And the 1-year-olds. 1-year-old Colt here, Speed Demon by Golden Boy out of My Master. Another horse from Golden Boy that I hope works. I'm surprised this breeding actually worked. To be honest, I was hoping they were compatible, but as I went to the breeding to actually, confirm it, I was really deep down thinking, this seems like this is so incompatible and the game won't allow it to work for My Master to even conceive. And she did conceive. And this horse is developing nicely. 4 stars. One of the 3 1-year-olds that are 4-star future developers. So that's pretty amazing. Actually, that this group is already at 4 stars. We haven't had that often in this game yet. So this is kind of our highest that we're starting to see horses show their potential. It used to be midway through the year or closer towards the end of the year, we would start to see our 1-year-olds maybe hit 4 stars. But sometimes that wasn't even until their 2-year-old season that 4 stars would pop up. The fact that, 3 horses have already hit 4 stars, like Margarita Island and Monarch technically are where our 1-year-olds have routinely been at in the last couple of years. Astrophysicist, Rosette, Eureka, and Speed Demon are all like kind of exclamation points, like, oh, this is actually something kind of relatively new. So that shows our horses are getting stronger. Just more confirmation. So again, Golden Boy and My Master here for Speed Demon. Gosh, like I said, Golden Boy has really been a letdown, so I don't know what to expect from this horse. We should have turf and dirt flexibility. It would be amazing if this was just a dirt horse. I think that would be fine. If this was a dirt horse with the strength and pedigree of Golden Boy, Western Tiger, so on and so forth, that would be a blast. But I have no idea. So Speed Demon could be a legitimate Speed Demon or a demon that has absolutely no speed. You know what I mean? Like, it could be either way. So we'll see. 1-year-old filly here, Rosette Eureka! Eureka Pico. Pokemon. I'll tell you about it later. By Gentle House out of Cleopatra. Should be fun. Cleopatra, she's been awesome. She was great. One of our top 5s like Galaxy Star. In fact, I still think they're one and the same. Even though Cleopatra technically was able to win a Dream Series race, which Galaxy Star was not able to do. So only on that merit is Cleopatra a little bit better than Galaxy Star. But like in regards to if you told me if I had to pick, I mean I couldn't pick. Like if I could race Galaxy Stars in the Dream Series races the same way that I can race Cleopatra and win, I would do it. She's just, it's just a tad bit harder with her. But Cleopatra is, for whatever reason, she's really strong as a front runner. From Awesome Autumn, so that really helped her a lot. Galaxy Star wasn't a front runner from my understanding, so but like I said, if I had to pick, I wouldn't pick. I consider them equal. It's just in terms of the game obviously gives Cleopatra that edge, but I say they're both equal because they were able to do amazing things. And I still think Galaxy Star ended up winning 2 more grade 1s than Cleopatra, and then Cleopatra just won like I think 2 or an additional just single race that wasn't a graded stakes race. So they basically achieved the same thing, even I think the same number of titles. So they're really one and the same to me. But anyways, she should be a blast. Again, Gentle House as the sire has been great. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl. Looks exactly like her mother. And, yeah, she comes a long way. Western Tiger, Flying Cowboy, Oz and Bottom. So she should be fantastic. Margarita Island. She's developing a little slowly, which tells me she should have a later growth type. Tigers or stone horses, they peak around 5 or 6. Pink Gemstone, remember, we continued racing her until she was about 7. Same thing with Tigers of Stone, actually. So I think the growth type as well with Formal Opera, I keep forgetting. He actually has a pretty nice growth type. So yeah, Margarita Island should be a blast. That's kind of why I gave her the name. She's my personal horse. And yeah, well, me and Abigail, I think, are technically sharing. But yeah, she should she should be a blast. She should absolutely be a blast. So excited for that. Monarch, buy Joker's card out of Butterfly Effect. Really, really excited for this horse. I think this is, out of all the little ones, this is the horse I'm the most excited for. Because we only used Joker's card, I think, one or... Did I use him again? I can't remember if I used him again. But this should be really interesting. Butterfly Effect, Western Tiger, Irish Fleet on the mother's side. And then on Joker Card's side, we have Diamond Plan, Chasing Hearts, Arctic Crop, Swab Buster. It's kind of weird to say I haven't said Diamond Plan's name in a while, considering all the horses I was just showing you. He didn't pop up hardly in any of their pedigrees, or maybe he was in a few, but not many. But yeah, I didn't recognize his name too often. So again, Joker's card, he was very gutsy, man. I still think, I mean, his stats were just a little bit lacking in certain categories that kept him from being like a super serious tier 1 horse. But he was very, very, very willful, very determined, had a lot of heart, and decent power when I had him in the right position. So, yeah, you combine that with Butterfly Effect, and her family is nothing but strength. I really hope both pedigrees come into effect here. This could be an amazing horse here, Monarch. And he's balanced. That's also a good sign. I don't often get horses that actually developed with balanced stats. And I've noticed when I paid attention to that, those horses have turned out to be obviously among some of our strongest and best quality horses. So Monarch could be developing really well here, I think, because of the consistency among both of his pedigrees on his mother and father's side. And we have a good combination of obviously the red icon grit with the pink icon last corner leader. And that's actually kind of a tip if anybody is getting into Gallop Racer, or maybe you are replaying again and you haven't played in a while. Combining red and pink, which obviously expert and people that have been playing for a while know this, but if you don't know, red and pink is actually a pretty good combination to use. Usually you will have a successful breeding. The broodmare will obviously conceive, and typically the horses come out pretty well balanced. That's just something I've noticed, and I did kind of research it and look it up. I can't remember if it was a forum or in the Discord, in one of the Gallop Racer Discords, but I did see that. I mean, I actually had like a full PDF or something of it. It actually shows you each icon and kind of what you can maybe get out of. I don't know who figured it out, but I've been following it, and I've noticed a pattern, especially when we've looked at some of our horses. And not to mention, I think somebody in the community also may have shared something with me sometime this year about it as well. So, long story short, this horse should be really, really fun, really awesome. Really looking forward to Monarch. And last but not least, Astrophysicist by He's Stargazing out of Free Fear. Free Fear, question mark, that's it. That's all I have to say. Should be fun. Should be fun, and 4-star future, that's pretty big. So that is surprising. So, like, yeah, I'm looking forward to this horse. I just don't know, like, what is the ceiling really going to be? Like, 4-star future already, again, I was talking about a couple minutes ago. That's kind of like a new ceiling for our horses to hit at such an early age. So that means this horse is looking like a really strong horse. Like, if you're going to the Keeneland sales or something, this is a filly that people will be looking at. So, yeah, this, like I said, Free Fear, she's up and down. She's a mixed bag. This could be the good and the better side of that mixed bag. And that would be awesome. So, again, excited for all of our horses, man. I think we have some really fun looking quality horses. Okay, 20 minutes into the episode with no racing. Let's finally get into racing for the day. We're going to be kicking off here with an open with Formal Method. something vibrated, and it sounded like a frog. And I'm like, what was that? And it wasn't my phone. It just, the way I had it sitting on my desk, it just, kind of, just made a weird sound in a weird way. Did think it sounded like a frog. I also saw something about a frog earlier. Can't remember which social media app I was on. I don't even remember what the post was. It just really just kind of tripped me out. I'm just like, because I just wasn't expecting to see it. And it was like one of those really like kind of wide screen type of frogs. Just really just one of those type of frogs, where it almost looks like it's smiling. It was really weird. And it just kind of creeped me out there for a second. Like, I don't even hate frogs. Like, I think frogs are cool, but it just, I don't know, creeped me out. Anyways, Golden Gate, Grade 3. I'm not doing the race graphic real comparisons yet. I will be once we probably get back into the Grade 1 hunting of the season, because those are the more important races I kind of want people to know. I'm not saying the Grade 3s and Grade 2s aren't important. You guys know I talk about how enjoyable I think they are and how I think they're actually underappreciated in this game and in this series. But I just want to have a little bit more time to do that. I just want to get episodes out since I've been a little bit behind. And then once I get back caught up, I'll start to do that again at some point. Anyways, Green Crystal will be kicking off this open here. And third favorite, so that's pretty good. Proceeder. I have to say these things to myself out loud, especially if I haven't played in a while, which has been 2 weeks. So I have to give myself a refresher. Green Crystal has 2 Grade 1 wins at 8.5 furlongs on the dirt. So I'm running him on the turf. Why? Am I just trying him out on the turf? That has to be it, right? I feel like I recall myself being really annoyed that there were like no suitable dirt races for one of my horses to run in the beginning of this year. That has to have been it. Because I'm like, there's no dirt races I can put some of my horses in, especially if it doesn't fit their range until like March or April. It may have been with him. I'm not sure why I didn't mind. I mean, why no idea why I would have made it seem like, waiting to put this guy in a race maybe in a couple of months or a couple more weeks wouldn't have been a great idea, but no idea. Either way, trying him out on the turf, I guess. I have no idea if I've raced him on the turf before. This is the problem with me having too many horses. Like, I'm only human, people. I'm not a robot, like, I will forget things. I can't remember all of the race results with every one of my horses. I just don't. I can't. I do, to some extent, especially once I go back and look at my spreadsheet, which I have open always. And I can recall certain things, but for all of my horses, no way. Especially like some of like the in-game horses, like I'm always going to pay more attention to our originals that we actually create from breeding, just a little bit more. So, well, this has been an easy race for us. We should get the win here to kick off today. Just rolling on the outside here with Mr. Green Crystal. High gear, send him, go. No, Revo, it should be fine. And Green Crystal hopefully runs on for the day, but the 7 is coming. Who is that? Public Effort on a charge here. And Public Effort just going to go by and absolutely smoke us. We're going to hold on for third. Just about, but my gosh. Public Effort absolutely steamrolling past us. What looked like a win quickly turned into despair and chaos, all in the matter of about 15 seconds of me saying, pretty easy win to kick off the day. Just goes to show you, it's not over till it's over. Public Effort getting it done, 145 and 9. Spurt was not good. Yeah, I guess I could have held him a bit longer there. But he's not a turf horse at all, again, so is what it is. But still, third place is not bad for a horse that's not supposed to be on the turf. It's just with his stats, you would still maybe hope for a win, but if he's not supposed to be on the surface at all, then yeah, it doesn't matter. So, third place, we will take it. That is decent. We move on to formal method. 4-year-old filly here. You know, she's only 4 years old, but I swear to you, because it's been so stressful with her, I feel like I've been racing her for like 8 years at this point, which doesn't even make sense and is not realistic. I don't. I'm not trying to put her in the Hall of Fame or anything. I think I'm just going to try to stack as many grade 2 and grade 3 dirt wins as possible, because like there's so few dirt grade 1s at her range. You know what I mean? Like most of them are like 10 furlongs at the grade 1 level or something like that. Not a lot of sprints at 6. And there's a couple at a mile at 8 furlongs, but most of them, like I said, are over a mile. And she just doesn't. She's 57 stamina. She does not. She can't, people. She can't. You've seen it. She can't have races where she's unable to keep up because of just not having the endurance to run, the length of it. So, and bad power rating as well. I do think that does. I think it affects her, not as much as it would if we were on turf. Thank goodness we're not, but. On dirt, I think it still plays a little bit of a role here. She has good stats. She's got great heart. She's tough. She's easy to work with in that regards. And she's still fast as heck. But again, there's no grade 1s for her at her range that are really suitable. And the ones that are open are just too hard for her because she doesn't have the stamina to keep up. Now, if she had a better stamina rating, she could run in the GWS, high staked dirt grade 1s, but having no power essentially and not a lot of endurance kind of hurts her. She's kind of just sounds like a light-footed type of horse that, just kind of really goes crazy in short bursts, but, she can't do it prolonged and she doesn't have the strength to keep it up much beyond that. So, again, she really a horse. I mean, she really is a horse. You just have to get into the window quickly and just run her at the preferred distance she needs to be at, regardless of the class. Unless it's too hard, then yeah, that's the case where you just don't do it. But again, let's see how she does here. Okay, now she's coasting along. Now I can send her. I didn't want to whip her. That's why I was holding, because I'm like, something tells me it's kind of going to upset her, and it did. But I didn't want the field to close in. I felt like she just needed a couple tap reminders. But it's one of the better wins I've had with her in recent times. Finally. Nice to win with formal method for once. Whether it's a grade 2, grade 3, grade 1, I don't care. I just want to win with her. I still think a great dirt horse. I just need to breed her with a really good stud and tackle that stamina problem. We should be okay, hopefully. But my goodness, that stamina still every time. Double S on the spurt. The game is saying I did everything perfect and still she was getting tired. Like, if her stamina was 10 points higher, it'd be a completely different story. And we could run her in races even probably 9 furlongs, which is a whole furlong longer than her preferred range. She can run longer distances if she had a better stamina rating. But nonetheless, she gets a win there. Very important win because, she's underachieved, in my opinion. She has 2 grade 1s, and that's her second grade 3. So, when I say underachieved, I just feel like she should be undefeated because she's so fast for her distance. Like, she should be the fastest dirt horse at a mile, but the stamina really prevents that from happening. Okay, so, Formal Method and Green Crystal, got to get them back into races. Green Crystal, you are 3 years old. Surprised I actually remember that. Because I usually don't. But I did just race with them, right? So, can't pat myself on the back for nothing. All right, we're putting you back on the dirt. That experiment on the turf did not work. And he was on a winning streak, winning the World JC, which is one of the biggest dirt races you can win, and winning the Jupiter. And then I decided to put him on the turf because I guess there were no dirt races, and yeah, he falls to 3rd. Still not bad for a horse that's not supposed to be on the turf, but still, like, need to keep my boy on the dirt, yeah? He could definitely run that at 6 furlongs, couldn't he? He's got the speed and the stamina, not the heart though. If he gets into a head-to-head, I don't know if he's fighting through that. Oh, I don't know what to do with you, Green Crystal. Green Crystal. Actually, let me think. I want to see who else is a dirt horse that I may want to put in that Eagle Stakes. Because I always do that where I think there's not another horse I'll want to put in a race. And then I'll find out, like, oh yeah, I should have put this other better horse into that race to give ourselves a better chance of winning. So, East Side, no, I don't think I'm doing the dirt with her. No, it probably does make sense to put. Was I gonna try that this year with Lockwood? Did he not win it? No, he didn't win the GWS, did he? No. So he's at his peak. 6 furlongs is a stretch for him, though. When I say a stretch, actually, I mean, like, that's too short. Like, I don't know if he... With only 80 speed, I don't know how explosive he could be in a 6 furlong race. So I'll wait till the distance is a little bit more suitable. But actually, Green Crystal, I think I can run in that race. I don't see anybody else that's ready for it yet. So yeah, Green Crystal. Eagle Stage, brother. Let's see how you do. Let's see how you do. It's 2 furlongs shorter, but he's got 90 speed. That's my point. Like 10 extra points in speed over Lockwood, that can make a difference in a 6 furlong sprint. So I'll take my chances there. All right, formal method. I've actually been on a winning streak. Like I said, it doesn't feel like it sometimes. 9 lifetime starts, 5 wins, 2 places, 1 show, 3 grade 1s. Like, I know I'm probably being critical, but we should be undefeated. Like, there are races we lost with her that had her stamina been better, we would have won. She's really that type of horse. That's why it's like frustrating. Like, she should be undefeated. You know what I mean? But like stamina, first stakes, 9 furlongs, too long for her. Music stakes, 10 furlongs, too long for her. World Sprint finished 2nd, so that was close. And then she's been on a winning streak ever since. You know what I mean? Like, she should be undefeated, but just the races where she didn't have the stamina. But she wins the Oaks in the Baltimore Derby the year before, and then 2nd in the Tokyo Derby. And I know she's slightly on the decline. Like, did her stamina drop just a couple of points at the wrong time? You know what I mean? It's just like I said, so weird. Anyways, she's on a winning streak, so I am happy for that. Yeah, I just want to win with formal method. That's it. If the grade 1s are going to be too hard, then it's fine. Like, I'm not worried about just only winning grade 1s with my horses now. I realize they can still be just as effective in breeding if you just win a lot of races. You do so consistently. You win by pretty big margins. Maybe you set a couple records here and there. You don't have to, like, have 20 titles to have an awesome horse. Eastside Band is an example of that. She's not a horse that I got through winning, like, a bazillion titles through. You know, I just won a lot of races with consistent horses throughout the pedigree on both the father and mother side for Eastside Band. Obviously, most of them at least had between, I would say, 1 and 3 or 1 and 4 titles, but nothing serious. So again, you can get a super horse like an Eastside Band or, you know, any other horse that you guys know of, and you don't have to, like, win, like, 10 titles or something, you know? So, like, don't be in the mindset of, like, obsessing over title chasing and thinking that's the only way to get an awesome super horse. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. So don't put yourself into that situation, my friends. All right, we're going to toss formal method in an 8 furlong Marine Cup sprint here against the 3-year-old fillies and up. She'll be carrying it in post. So 125 if she runs 9 furlongs, 132 if she runs 8. She'll just be running against the girls. I still kind of want to do that. Or I can run her in Hiroshima at the Irish Stakes a week later for a furlong shorter against 4-year-olds with no handicap. That makes a little bit more sense. I'm just trying to stack wins with formal method. Because as long as she's fast, she should still be able to win on the dirt for quite a while. And she still has grit, which I don't usually tap into. But again, I realize I just have to keep her at a shorter distance. The Tokyo Derby, that win, that was kind of an anomaly. But she does well at that race. I don't really recall exactly how we won it. But 6 and 7 furlongs, like the way we've won both of the last 2 races, which have been by comfortable margins, like that's how I want to be winning with her. I just want to stack wins. Because again, stats-wise, her power and stamina ratings stink. I'll have to wait until I have the right stud. But if I find the right stud to buff out the stamina and power rating here of Formal Method, you look at the rest of her rating, guys. Ratings. 6 bars with yellow. So, again, we could get some amazing, shorter, miler type of dirt horses or whatever. You know, like, there is very good possibilities here with Formal Method. So I have to do well with her. It's imperative for a good dirt sprinting line that I do well with Formal Method. If I fail, well, then, it is what it is. Is what it is. I thought I was gonna have a banger or something to drop there. Just nothing. Absolute air and clouds. Absolute air and clouds. Tanaka. I say this all the time. Tanaka is so extremely passive aggressive, and he's getting worse every time he challenges me. The horse that he's on, the rival horse, is statistically a little bit better every time. Like Tanaka. I really want to tell you something that's not PG. That you tell someone where you're just really annoyed with just their antics and what they're doing. But I'm not going to say it. Like, my horse is... I mean, Little Mai, she's on the decline, but she's still an amazing horse. And your horse is getting stronger. Like, you're not... You're not upset. You're passive-aggressive. We're not friends anymore, Tanaka. We're not. We're not friends anymore. We're not. We're not friends anymore, man. Can't do it. Oh, I'm being dramatic. Tanaka's the person I'd be okay with, even though he just annoys me. He finds the most convenient ways to annoy me. I had this one guy I used to work with like that. He wasn't like a bad person. He would annoy me so much sometimes, but he was okay. You know, it's just one of those people you're just not always in the mood for. I think we all have experienced that with somebody, right? That's all it was. You just have to have it. You just have to have the energy for it. Anyways, Extreme Kit kicking off this open 8 furlong on the debt. Not on the turf, but on the debt. And we're the favorite here. 3-year-old filly with I was going to say the candy corn colors because it's Halloween. Not the candy corn. Candy cane colors. My gosh. Biformal Opera out of Toxic Blonde. She's really a blast so far. She has Closer, Stretch Burst. I don't know what the other ability is, which is kind of annoying. And then Close Race okay. She has the best of Formal Opera. She has the speed of Toxic Blonde, I'm assuming, even though the game's not telling me. I would like to know her stamina, her speed, and her power, as usual. Those are the stats I usually want to know above all the others. As long as those stats are good, it'll kind of carry for everything else, even with a bad heart rating. Yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll and get the dub. Let's rock and roll and get the dub. So 8 ruler with the record here. Every time I see his name, I'm constantly reminded how much of a failure he was for us as a sire. Such a shame. He's my favorite horse of all time, and in this game, he did jack diddly squat for us. But that's also because we were very early in game and I didn't have the broodmares we had now. I do admit, if he pops back up in this shop, I'm definitely going to grab him because I would love to see what type of horses I could actually get from him with really good broodmares. We didn't have great broodmares. I think Night Breeze and like Swabbuster were the best at that time. Nothing compared to the horses we have nowadays for the girls. You know what I mean? So like I would like to see if I could have better luck and success by using better broodmares. Obviously, I would assume so, but it could just be that he's weird. I've seen several people say he weren't done well for them either, and I've also seen some people say that he's done great for them. I want to see what it could be like if he could do great for me, you know? Oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Ah! Get out of the way. Oh, she's tough. That's what it is. Wow, well, what a way to figure that out. We're the favorite. There's no gap. Oh, there it is. Can she go? Oh, she can go. Extreme kick is extreme, people. Oh, extreme kick. What a girl. What a filly. What a gal. What a ride. Wow. What a... I know it's just an open, but what a race. What a run. Tough. Toxic Blonde. Informal Opera. Holy crap. I mean, holy cow. I mean, my gosh. Wow. That's amazing. I just have to say that because... You know how I was talking about earlier in the episode how when we name horses and I name horses, I really like for them to live up to whatever their name is. And it's inevitable not all of them will do that, and that's fine. It's just part of the game. But Extreme Kick, you know, I was really hoping she would have she has the Extreme Kick, dude. We hit 2 of her abilities in stretch. We hit Tough and we hit Close Race Okay. Oh, that's such a rush, man. I love that feeling. That is what I love about... that's one thing I love about those abilities that we have on this horse in this game. That's the type of horse I've wanted in this game. Tough. You bump into a horse, which I had to because, like, everybody's just running side by side, not creating any space or gaps, like 8 wide across the track. I'm like, we have to fit in a gap somewhere. I was just going to accept the fact that we were going to bump, and she may have been upset about that, but like we needed to get through in some way. Because otherwise we were going to be stuck. I couldn't. It's a video game. I have to get through. And then, yeah, and then, you know, she's gone. Like I could feel it. As soon as we were able to get in the gap, she just absolutely takes off. And then Close Race Okay activates. She taps into that after she's already essentially won the race. She started to pull away, and I'll show you once we get there. She started to pull away by about a length to 2 lengths at that point, and then she gets it. So it was just icing on the cake, man. Formal Opera and Toxic Blonde. I am so happy I actually I gave those 2 a try, because she will be an awesome broodmare with the ability she has. And again, she's taking, and as well, you know what contributes to her? Blues Breeze. That Close Race Okay, that also comes. I can't remember if Former Opera has it. I thought he did. Now you see, we're stuck. We bump. I'm trying to figure out a gap. We still can't go. Now I move her over, and then she's on the charge. Here she comes, right through the middle. And then this is where Close Race Okay happens. Right at this point, as you see, she finally really kicks in away, gives that extreme kick. She was already pulling away by a length, and then Close Race Okay hits. Like, what a run there from Extreme Kick. Safe to say, she's a true dirt horse, and I think she's grade 1 ready.
Welcome to Horse Racing Gamer, where champions are made.